I want to talk about how you can sell your house in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak. So we have developed some workarounds so we can do virtual appointments. We don't have to meet face to face. So we can come into your house with the help of your cell phone. So it's super easy and I'll walk you through it. Second, I want to address something we've been hearing a lot about, which is how can I be expected to move when I've lost my job, when my hours have been substantially cut, when my wages have been otherwise reduced due to all this mess. And we understand, and we want to work with you and your family on a case-by-case basis. So call me, let's discuss, lay it on me, I'm all ears, text me, Facebook message me, what have you. Reach out, rangertxsolutions.com. There are forms on there, or just use the telephone numbers that are at the top of the page. So I look forward to speaking with you and getting you on the road to success here. So finally, I want to talk about forbearance. So banks are offering forbearance to thousands and thousands of borrowers. So what is forbearance? Forbearance is not forgiveness. Forbearance does not mean they're just saying you don't have to pay this amount back. So I want to run through a typical scenario, generic but typical, just so you can kind of see how things shake down. Of course, banks are dealing with thousands of people, so they may not have time to run through something like this with you. So let's take a look. So, okay, I wrote it all down because I just have the absolute worst handwriting. So let's look at the case of Joe Borrower, whose monthly mortgage payment is $1,100. So he's been offered by his bank, his lender, a 6-month forbearance, okay? So at the end of the 6 months, that adds up to $6,600 in the payments that he hasn't been making through the plan, okay? So when he gets a statement, he's going to owe $6,600 plus the next month's payment that's now due, okay? So that's $1,100, so $7,700 total. So Joe's going to be like, oh my goodness. And he's going to call his bank and say, bank, what are you, crazy? I couldn't pay $1,100 a month. How can I possibly pay $7,700 and then go back to paying my regular monthly payment? Well, the bank's going to say, okay, don't worry, Joe Borrower, I got you. We're going to take that $7,700 and we're going to divide it by 12, spread it out over a year, and you can pay it that way. So what does that come out to? That's $642 a month plus the $1,100, so that's $1,742 a month. And Joe Borrower is going to be like, what? I couldn't pay $1,100 a month. How am I going to suddenly start paying $1,742 a month for the whole next year? That's impossible. So what can happen is, with Joe Borrower and all the other folks who have gotten forbearance, is we could be stepping things down toward potential foreclosures. And if you're looking at having to sell to avoid a foreclosure, well, Joe Borrower is now looking at an additional $7,700 on his debt, plus possibly some fees, tax, title, and tags that I'm not even adding into here because I'm looking at a very generic example for Joe Borrower. So that's less money in his pocket when he sells. So I want to be able to step everyone through what it's going to look like for you in your particular scenario. If your bank has given you some actual numbers, so much the better. Call me, some time periods, 6 months, 3 months, what have you. Call me. We'll kind of compare and contrast and see selling now versus waiting on the forbearance to be done, and see what might work out best for you and your family. So I look forward to communicating with you, whether it be via message, text, or email, flare, phone. I look forward to discussing your situation and getting you on the road to success. Thanks for listening.